Hello and welcome back to the Old Realms and our Blood Knight, and I've done a little bit of switching up here. So I'm going to show you very quickly what we've done. So basically, as you can see, I did neglect in the previous episode to level up, and we had gained a significant amount of different perks. As you see here, I'd actually leveled up my two-handed. This is not something that I've done just now. This is literally something that we did in the previous episode, and I just did not see that. So yeah, anyway, what we're going to do now is we're going to try to... I think 10% flat damage is better than the armor penetration. Possibly. Very much depends on that, to be honest. That's a very situational selection there. And otherwise, we now have this, which means that we gain a significant amount of attack speed and damage with two-handed weapons, so that's even more damage. We also have athletics at 275, which means that I now have mighty blow, which means that we have even more survivability, so that's fantastic. We have our leadership leveled up. Don't really care too much about this, but 10 party size limit increase and a 10 plus battle morale in siege. Yeah, that's fine. That's great. You know, that's okay. And we're also going to be going for best medicine here because we are almost always having our morale above 70. That's always good. Giving hands is just a no-brainer pretty much. And then we have one attribute point to spend and one focus point to spend. And I actually don't know what I should go for. I'm thinking to myself right now that I should probably go for something like medicine. I'm thinking medicine right now because I don't think there's anything else that I really desperately require. I'm thinking something like this, even though, funnily enough, I think medicine is maybe not even worth it. I don't know. Very much depends. I also had one career point, which I've already spent because that's pretty obvious. The only thing that we can really gain from this is 35% magic resistance against spells, which, don't get me wrong, is a massive benefit. And I really just want to level up and get to the maximum tier for this particular tree here. Because this is going to give us a scaling attack speed boost. It's also going to provide every single vampire unit we have with 25% ward save, which is crazy good. That is going to be so incredibly nice for every single purpose because they're going to stay alive longer, which means they're going to do more damage, which means they're going to survive and level up more, and it's just going to be, overall, a fantastic thing. So, yeah, there you go. Otherwise, we've also done something else, which you're going to see in just a moment, because we're going to go into this battle here, and this is a pretty far distance away from where we were previously, because basically what happened was, the Sylvanians, they basically decided to attack a faction really close by. I managed to secure 2 of the towns there for myself. I was on the ticket for both of them, surprisingly enough. I don't know why, but apparently I do. Okay, fine. Maybe I do know why, because Manfred actually likes us quite a bit, which is really surprising. He has 100 relation with us, and I was thinking to myself, okay, this is pretty crazy, you know? If he likes us this much, maybe he's going to put us on the ticket more often. And it turns out, yes, it does seem as though that may have had an impact. I don't really know whether it did or not, but he did put us on the ticket, and I did win the vote. So I am now in a situation where I am swimming in dark energy generation. I have so much dark energy coming my way that I cannot run out. I literally cannot run out, and you're going to get to see that after this. So it just goes to show that I would highly recommend doing this as well. If you are struggling like I was, you know, playing a vampire, or just generally anyone that has dark energy as a resource, you really do want to become a vassal. Becoming a vassal is basically the most important thing you can do, in my opinion. If you don't become a vassal, then you're going to have huge issues maintaining an army like this. And also, I mean, let's face it, you know, you're not really needing cash that much, you know, because the Old Realms has such an amazing economy with its armor and being able to, you know, sell all of its loot and things like that. It really has an exceptional economy in that regard. And the funny thing about this is that because you have the ability to sustain yourself in regards to money, you don't really need to concern yourself at all with it. And so you can just focus on the singular resource, which in this case obviously is dark energy. There are a number of other, resources like council favor and things like that. And I'm going to assume that the other races, the other classes and things like that, they also have similar shall we say, similar systems in place where you do gain council favor. I'm just surmising that this is the case. I actually don't know for sure, so by all means correct me if I'm wrong. However, I do think that maybe that's the case. So in other words, whenever you have a fief, whenever you're a vassal or something like that, you're going to be gaining a good amount of income from it, which I very much appreciate. I think that is going to be exceptionally good, and that is generally the reason why I would most likely say that I don't think, for example, the Necrarch, right? The Necrarch had a way to generate quite a lot of dark energy itself, so it didn't really need to become a vassal or anything like that. However, I think in this case, and I'm talking about in many cases here, like for example, the Blood Knight doesn't have anything that can actually generate dark energy by itself. It needs to become a vassal. So I'm going to assume that there are a number of other classes that just have to do that thing. They have to become a vassal, they have to create their own faction, they have to have some form of fief ownership to have that significant benefit for them. That is literally it. Because if they don't have that, you're going to wind up in the same boat that I was in, and I was just in the poorhouse, basically. When it came to dark energy, I pretty much had to scramble the entire time to try to manage my manage my dark energy. Scramble to fight as much as I possibly could. And fighting, I mean, it's all very well and good, that's all fine and everything, early on and so on, basically being able to do a wide variety of, different battles against beastmen and outlaws and stuff like that. And generally, yeah, that's all fine and dandy. However, you cannot do that infinitely. There are going to be times like I had. Oh yeah, by the way, that siege defense, that did not happen because we made peace with those people. I just wanted to actually mention that because I realized that I actually forgot about that because it's been a while. So yeah, basically, I ended that previous episode on a bit of a cliffhanger because I thought, oh, that's going to be so cool to do a siege defense, because I was really looking forward to that, right? And then the siege defense did not happen because we made peace with the faction in question. So very, very sad to see that. But yeah, anyway, the point is, if you're going to be waiting, for example, for a siege defense to occur, or a siege offense, or any kind of waiting that you're going to have to do, because inevitably there are going to be some times where you are going to have to wait. It's just how the game is. Then, your dark energy drain is going to be so significant that you are just going to be in a bad, bad way. And that's exactly what happened to me. So I would highly recommend, as I said, if you're not playing a class that has some form of passive generation, or, just in general, it's probably a good idea to just jump ship away from being a mercenary a little bit earlier. If I were to play this character again, I would probably do mercenary stuff until... I'm not even entirely sure until what, but I'd probably do mercenary stuff until... probably like, what, 200,000, I think? 200,000 gold. That's pretty easy to get 200,000 gold. Anything more than that, and you kind of have to just go to all these marketplaces and just sell everything, consistently. You don't really need the mercenary wages, as it were. And then once you have a fief or two, once you've become a vassal, your dark energy generation is going to scale appropriately with what you currently have in your army. So you're not overscaling, you know what I mean? So for example, the way that we have it right now is that, we're kind of doing a pretty funny thing where I'm just literally running around with huge amounts of Blood Knights, and that is obviously not what you're supposed to do when you don't have an economy to sustain it. And that's exactly the point. That's the reason why I have preached so many times in the past when it comes to dealing with initial starts in Bannerlord, for example. My mindset when it comes to initial starts, I know a lot of people may disagree about this. A lot of people get annoyed with me actually over this entire mindset. But my mindset is I want to get the macro gameplay sorted much more than the micro gameplay. And by that, if you don't know what those terms mean, that's absolutely fine, because basically macro means that I want to get an economy running. I want to get, a bunch of caravans up and running. I want to get a good amount of cash. I want to get these kinds of things sorted out before I get an army that is going to outscale my economy. And that's kind of the deal of what I'm actually looking to do, and what I should have been looking to do in this case as well. But that is what I did not do, you see? That is what I did not do. And so I have failed to kind of adhere to the words that I have been saying these entire, these many, many years in which I've been playing Bannerlord and indeed Warband as well. Because the whole thing, right? The whole thing when you're first initially learning how to play Warband, Bannerlord, whatever, it doesn't really matter. But any of these games, your economy is the important thing most of the time. Not all the time, but most of the time it is paramount that you get a significant boost to your economy before doing anything else. And sure, there are going to be exceptions here and there, but that's something that I did not do. So that was a huge failure on my part, but it's okay. It's okay, because we are in a situation now where we can kind of get a little bit back on the horse, as it were, and we can kind of know, yes, I know exactly what to do, I know where to go, I know, all these kinds of things, and I can kind of correct my mistake. But that's the reason why I'm kind of relaying that information to you, just in case you are having the same kind of issue that I was. Unfortunately, as you can see right here, I'm not on the ticket anymore because I have enough, to be honest. I have enough. I do not need anything. Let's see. Okay, this guy doesn't really like me, so I'm actually going to vote for him, because that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to schmooze with as many of these people as possible, so that if and when something comes up, they're going to vote for me in exchange, which is going to be really, really nice. And I am nowhere close to getting to Clan Tier 5, but that's okay, because Clan Tier 5 is not really necessary. All I really want to do when it comes to playing the Old Realms is get to Clan Tier 4, because that's what really gives us the big guns. We need that as soon as possible. And now, as you can see here, I didn't even level up. I killed so many people in that siege, but I didn't even level up. I'm still level 28. It takes a long time to get to the next level, and that's kind of annoying, but it's okay, because as I said, basically the only thing we're going to be gaining from getting to level 30, because technically level 30 is the quote-unquote maximum level. It's not really the maximum level, but it kind of is in regards to the Old Realms and its new progression system, because obviously it does have the career points and things like that. You don't gain any additional career points after level 30. So there's that. But the point is, oh wow, these guys are spamming a peace agreement. Wow, that's crazy. Okay, yeah, those guys were spamming the peace agreement like no one's business. I'm actually kind of surprised about that. Where are they anyway? Okay, that's oh no, it's these guys. Are these guys the ones that are spamming the peace agreement? That's quite funny. Alright, well, I'm going to be going in here because I want to take this castle before they manage to push through that peace agreement. I will show you my weapon as well, by the way, because I did find... Oh yeah, this is going to be very exciting to some of you, potentially. I don't know whether you care about this kind of stuff as much as I do, but whatever the case. I found a glaive. Yes, I found a glaive, and it's an actual glaive. You can see that on my back right now. Look at this. I found an actual glaive. It is a slashing polearm as well. A slashing one. And I was extremely surprised to find it. I don't know why I couldn't find one before. Maybe I was just unlucky, or maybe I just wasn't looking for it, because I was thinking to myself, there's surely not going to be a glaive available, is there? But no, there actually is. And this was found in Woldendorf. Woldenhof? Yeah, Woldendorf? I don't know. Basically one of the vampire towns. That's it. Just one of the vampire towns. And that's where I found it. And I am so incredibly pleased. And I'm just dying here from these guys pushing the ladder down. That's very annoying. Oh, are you serious? Okay, fine. I'm going to go up the other one then, you absolute imbeciles. I'm going to try and level up my my polearm skill a little bit. Can you please let me get on the ladder? Thank you. Alright, so yes, we are going to try and level up my polearm skill a little bit, because the glaive is actually a pretty cool weapon. It's it does some pretty decent damage. It's not amazing, as you can see. It's not actually as fantastic as my two-handed axe, because let's face it, nothing can be. The two-handed axe is amazing. It does so much damage. It actually has a cleave as well. Thank you, by the way, for letting me know that that is indeed the case, because I was kind of a bit worried about the fact that it might not have a cleave effect, but it does. So thank you for letting me know about that in the comments. So we are now going to make our way over here. Let's see if I can get a couple of extra kills to extend the duration of Red Fury, and we will hopefully be able to keep that going as long as possible here. Bear in mind that there are literally so few people in here that we really don't even have to worry. They are just going to die. Oh yes, they are just going to die very, very easily indeed. Okay, wait a minute. I'm gonna do something pretty cool here. Let's try this out. Obviously we're a vampire, so generally falling doesn't actually do damage to us as far as I can tell. But we can also do this. Ah, look at that. Yes, we could also do amazing jumps. Yeah, I always forget that. That's the funny thing. Whenever I play a vampire, I always forget that I can do those kinds of things. And it's just super fun, you know. It's just super fun. And I love that detail. I love that feature that the modding team have added to these characters, because you don't necessarily have to do that, right? You don't necessarily have to do that, but they did, and I very much appreciate it, because it is extremely fun to use. And otherwise, can I catch up to this guy? I don't know whether I can. I might be able to. Yep, there we go. Nice. Whenever I have Red Fury, I believe my movement speed is also increased by a small margin as well, so that's pretty cool. Oh, and we gained 61 renown and nice influence from that battle. Not too bad, not too bad. Alright, so we can actually move on now, and as you can see, I'm basically being completely selective about what kind of units I take, because I personally don't really feel the need to be, you know, super... shall we say troop hungry. I don't really need to do that, because all I really need is a bunch of Blood Knights. Alright, so as you can see, we've now basically built nothing at all, because that's what I'm doing. We're doing the no-build siege style strategy, whatever you want to call it. And we're going to go straight in. Yeah, we're going to go straight in right here. Now, this is, well, this is maybe not the best idea, because let's face it, we are fighting against over 500 enemy troops. But, as you can quite clearly tell from our fantastic spellcasters, we don't really need to worry about it too much. Now, someone actually did mention in the comment section of the previous video that apparently... Oh no. Come on. Oh, how dare you. Yeah, anyway. Someone did mention that apparently the ability, once it's maxed out, obviously once we have, you know, the last 2 career points, apparently it gives you 70% ward save, which if that's right, that is insane. So thank you very much for letting me know about that, because I did not think that that was the case. So that's great. That is absolutely amazing, and that's the reason why generally, yeah, I would maybe say that the healing is not necessary. And that's exactly the reason why I was a bit suspicious of my own, well, of my own thoughts, really. I was thinking to myself, am I really believing that this modding team would not know how to balance, you know, something like this? Because, yeah, sure, the healing is very little, right? The healing is super, super small, but if you gain a 70% ward save, that means a 70% chance to completely avoid all damage, as far as I'm aware. That is incredibly good. That is so good, in fact, that you do not need healing. There is no need for any kind of heal to be done, in my opinion. That is just fundamentally not necessary. Like, yeah, sure, you're going to need some healing, but just to top yourself up a little bit here and there. And you're going to be doing so much damage. I mean, just look at the amount of damage I can even do here. And you know what I'm probably going to do? I think I might switch back to my two-handed axe, because getting some more cleaves here is probably going to be a good idea. So let's do that. I do want to get the... Oh, 1,000 damage! I just did 1,000 damage by hitting that guy on the arm. I didn't even hit him on the head or anything like that. That is... What? The damage is such an incredible amount. I wonder whether I can actually be pushed off. Can I be pushed off the edge here? Yes, I can. Alright, well, it's not that big a deal. As I said, we don't really need to worry about that. Let's get out through here. Let's open up the gate. This is going to distract the opponent dramatically. And we're probably going to get them to come down here, even. They might even come down here. They might. Let's tell my people to charge in. Oh, no, there we go, there we go. We've cleared out that section. And they're attempting to close the gates, but it's too late, I think. It's too late. But yeah, 70% ward save sounds incredible. So, I literally just cannot wait to get my hands on those, you know, on those 2 additional career points. Because once we have that, everything is going to be fantastic. I mean, obviously, everything seems to be going pretty well so far. I mean, you could pretty clearly see that right here. You know, we're not really having too many issues. It's actually quite funny. Having super speed really does help, because if I didn't have that, the slow motion would be a little bit irritating. But, you know, it is what it is. And look at that damage. Oh, 880 damage on the head. And I believe that is indeed it. That is a victory for us with very minimal casualties. I mean, yeah, look, we had 3 casualties, which is really nothing at all. And look at that, we gained 300 renown and 234 influence. Incredibly good. So nice. And this is what we can do. This is what we can do now. This is literally what we can do, because I am swimming in dark energy. There's nothing that I need anymore. I do not need anything anymore. We are completely 100% self-sustaining. And the only thing that could have been done is if I did not get these towns. If I did not get these towns and that castle, I would be out of luck. And we would probably be having to get rid of some of our people. Having to get rid of some of our people in our army, and try to maximize that as much as possible. Try to maximize or should we say, limit the damage as much as we could. And I would like to be able to capture. There's no way. I'd like to be able to capture the rest of this, but unfortunately, I don't think that's going to be I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think we're going to be able to do that, but. It's nice to think that maybe we would be able to, but no, I don't think so. There's a vampire shield there. We're not going to be getting that. Is there anything else available? Ghost horse? No. Nothing else here. Nothing else here. All right, that's absolutely fine. Traveling merchant is very good most of the time, but in this case, not so much for me. Not so much for me. So we can just make our way over here. This guy, does he want to fight? Do you want to fight? I wouldn't mind fighting you. You have 450 recruits. I mean, I think you can kind of tell what's going to happen if we attack this guy. But we are going to get to use our glaive for the first time in a field battle, which is kind of fun, right? I think that's kind of fun. So should we give it a go?
If you please.
Okay, let's do it. And are we making peace with these guys? No, we're not. For some reason, my people are not wanting to make peace with these guys for any single reason. I don't actually know why that is. Usually the AI is very much wanting to leap at the chance to do that, which is, well, not strange, but it's strange that they're not jumping at the chance right now. But anyway, Can I actually tell my people to charge in straight away? Can I tell them to charge in? I actually hope that I will be able to. Maybe. Anyway, I am just gonna go straight for it. I love my cloak, by the way. My cloak looks so cool, especially with the armor of my horse. Very much like the way that we look right now, even though we are mix and matching a couple of chaos pieces and stuff like that, which is not exactly great, but, you know, I kind of did away with the theme of, you know, keeping vampire-only armor on, even. This glaive has such a fast attack speed. You see this? You see exactly what I'm talking about, though. You see exactly what I'm talking about? I am able to just kill and kill and kill as long as I have a proper weapon. You know, a proper polearm weapon. Because the last time that, you know, we were fighting on a horse, I had the scythe, right? I had the vampiric scythe. And let's just say that I could not use it for the life of me. I could not use it. I don't know why, but I was just not good enough to use it, I guess. You know, it's just not one of my weapons, you know. This glaive, on the other hand, oh yeah, give this to me every single day of the week, and yeah, we're gonna get to see some incredible damage. And as you can see, I also did just level up, which is wonderful. I actually wonder what would happen if I... You know what? I'm going to try it out. I have no idea how long my ability is going to last, but I'm going to just go away from here, and then we're going to charge back in, and I'm going to see how much damage I can get from my horse. Just purely from my horse. Let's see how it happens. Nice. Not bad, not bad. That's pretty good. It's not killing anything, but it's doing some massive overall damage to a lot of enemies there. And if I can just continue to level up my polearm, I will be exceedingly pleased, because we're eventually going to be able to level up once more, and that will fill out our career tree, which is obviously the main goal. That is, of course, the main goal, because then we're going to have an exceptional amount of ward save, and we will be invincible, basically. Absolutely invincible. Well, it very much depends on if you think we already are. Are we already invincible? That's the question. I don't know. But all I know is that we are doing incredible amounts of damage. And I believe that is indeed it. And all I'm going to do now is I'm just going to speed the rest up. And you can see here that we are just completely and utterly obliterating the opponent. And there is not much they can do. There is not much they can do about it. Funnily enough, where are the enemies actually going? Are they actually running away from us? It feels like they're running away from us or something. I have no idea, but it feels... that feels very funny, actually. I'm not entirely sure what's going on with that, but yeah. Yep, no, they're completely and utterly dead. And there it is. There's the victory for us right there. Not a huge amount of renown or influence or anything like that, but that really isn't the reason why I was doing it. I was basically just trying to remove yet more vassals from the world map. And that's it. And also, yeah, gaining some Blood Dragon initiates. I'm never going to say no to that. Thank you very much. That's always nice. So we can now make our way out of here. I'm going to take all of the loot, even though that's not actually anything that we need either, because we are absolutely swimming in pretty much every single kind of resource. And as you can see, I just spent 2,100 dark energy, and you're going to get to see our wonderful income in just a moment. You will see exactly how much we gain. I believe we gain about 500 every single day, which is pretty incredible. And we can now vote for the new owner of this other town here. I'm not on the ticket once again, but that's okay. That's absolutely fine. Not something that I'm particularly caring about. As I say, we are doing completely fine ourselves, so we really don't need it. And we could potentially take this as well. I'm actually unsure. There's no way I'm going to be able to take all these before a peace agreement comes in. As you can see, they're still wanting to go for peace, but our people are saying no to it. Oh, wait a minute. What's going on here? This was not taken? Okay, that's kind of strange. Huh. Okay, that's kind of weird. Anyway, I think that's going to be it for this episode. In the next one, we're probably going to try to eliminate these guys if we don't already have them eliminated by that time, because let's face it, you know, the the AI is on a pretty big tear at this point, and they're trying to eliminate quite a few factions. Anyway, I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.